We've been on over 30 cruises and just tried our first Holland America Line cruise. In this video, we're going to tell you what we loved and what we didn't love about the Holland America Line. Hi y'all, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Becky.
And together we're cruising good time.
We have been on over 30 cruises, and we recently did our first cruise aboard Holland America. We went aboard the Koningsdam for an Alaskan cruise. In this video, we're going to tell you about what we love and about things we didn't love so much.
Top of the list, what we loved was the ship design itself. It was a great ship design. We're on the Koningsdam. It's one of the pinnacle class ships that Holland America runs. It's their largest and newest type of ship, and it about 100,000 tons, had 2,650 passengers on board. The layout was really easy to move around on. We found it very convenient to do that. Never really felt crowded outside of the buffet. We're going to get down to that later on in the video. But one thing I liked about it, we're up in Alaska, and it was real easy to get deck rail space, so you could go see all the glaciers while you're in Glacier Bay. You didn't have to fight for it or anything like that. A lot of room to get up there and see all the nature and its grandeur.
I would like to point out, though, that when we were in Glacier Bay, it was very cold and very rainy. And we noticed people were congregating at different places where there are giant windows and they could see all the glory from inside in the warmth. And I guess that's another plus, though, is that the ship had wonderful places that you could stay inside and still get great viewing. And I love that you could walk around the top deck, and on the deck 3, they had a promenade there so you could walk around the ship. And that was fabulous for after dinner, going out and seeing some beautiful sunsets.
The next thing we really loved on the ship was the entertainment. It had a lot of music to go dance to. We like to go dance in the evenings, so there was no shortage of places to go dance in the evenings for us.
Yeah, the B.B. King Lounge is amazing, and there is always something going on there. Typically it's music, sometimes it's game shows, and then they also have the Billboard Lounge and the Rolling Stones Lounge, and one of these two has music going on all the time, so there's always a place to go dancing. And we really have to talk about that all the musicians were so good and so talented, and it made the music just excellent and led to a fabulous experience.
Another thing that was really nice about the ship was the world stage, which is a theater in the round. It's at the front part of the ship there. And the technology with all the lights and the sounds and how that interacts with the dancers on board, with the theater in the round and all the screens that go around you was really remarkable. A lot of technology went into that. And I found that really enjoyable as well.
Next, we're going to talk about the food. This is a little difficult for me because we're only there 7 days, so I don't want to be too overall judgmental on everything. But I did love dinner at the main dining room. Mm-hmm. We had a fabulous waiter. The service was so good. It was a beautiful room. I just really enjoyed the experience. Yeah,
that was a fantastic prime rib we had in the dining room one night. And like you said, our waiter was just exceptional. He did a great job with it.
And we went down for breakfast only once, had an English breakfast. It was amazing. So I'm giving them 10 out of 10 for breakfast.
We also enjoyed the hot dog stand and the pizza stand out by the poolside area. Both of those are really good. You can use your Navigator app to order. They won't deliver it to you, but you can go up there and it'll notify you when you go walk up there to pick it up. And both of those were good. We really liked the hamburgers we had there and the pizza. And the pizza place is also open for breakfast. So you can get some breakfast that morning there and get a couple eggs. And they also make specialty coffees right there too. So usually no line at all right there to get in there and get some food.
And the staff there was phenomenally friendly. So I loved eating up there on the deck.
Yep.
So we have to mention the Dutch Cafe. So that venue is so beautiful. They have quick bites to eat, different coffees, and great views. So that is a really special treat that they have that Dutch Cafe so conveniently located on the ship.
We also really liked our cabin and our cabin tours. We've already released a video on our cabin. It's an inside cabin tour, so check out the link below on that to learn more about the cabin. But the cabin stewards were really good for us. I found them to be very exceptional as well.
That they were amazing. I loved that they had a naturalist on board, and he gave a great lecture, and he would be up on deck where you could join him to do wildlife viewing. I thought that was an extra special, fabulous touch.
I really enjoyed the shore excursions we were on with them. They're very laid out, very good quality shore excursions. I liked it that they're paperless, that you could use the app to as your ticket to get on board. Just remember to get a screen capture of your ticket before you walk off the ship, because sometimes you could have some problems with the Wi-Fi pulling that in. But other than that, it was really nice.
We took 3 shore excursions through Holland America, and on 2 of those, the person that led us on the shore excursion was a local artist, which was really cool. One of the things I really loved about Holland America were all the special little things. Like, I love the fact that I'm served beverages in crystal glasses that are very beautiful. I love the carpets on the elevators change to which day of the week it is. I love the afternoon tea and the presentation thereof. It was really quite beautiful. Just love these little touches.
It's very nice. Yeah, the whole Dutch influence is nice. One of the things I really liked about it was the split pea soup they had out on the deck during Glacier Bay. So you're looking out of the glaciers. They came around with some split pea soup, kind of warm you up a little bit, get some soup while you're outside. And it's just kind of a neat little touch right there that was completely unexpected.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was cold and rainy, and that split pea soup was very, very welcoming. We also love the orange party. They put together interesting decorations. They brought us some treats out at the dance floor. It was really cool. Now we're going to talk about things that we didn't love so much.
Yep. And first on that list is just the card key and all the paper, and really no medallion. What Princess does with the medallion is much nicer, because you walk up to the bar, they know who you are. There's no paper transfer here. I was signing papers for every single drink. It seemed like there was paper all the time we're signing for, and it just got to be a real hassle after a while. I don't understand why there's so much paper on it. It should just be able to do the card key and then you move on with it. But the other thing I missed about the medallion was, like, if you're out dancing and you get a little peckish, you want some quesadillas brought to you or something like that, you can order it on your app. They show up to you wherever you are on the ship. And that wasn't there. It was really difficult to get a drink sometime, and because you had to chase down a waiter or a waitress to go find something. So I missed all that.
It was cumbersome that you had to go to the wait staff. You had to give them both card keys in order to get the beverages. That got a little bit old. For those of you who follow us, you know I'm not a huge buffet person, but I found this buffet to be just a worse layout than typical for a cruise ship. On at least one afternoon, Holland America shut down one side of the buffet, which is not atypical, but then on the side that was open, they shut down some of the stations. So there was a very limited amount of food that was available. And the whole layout just didn't flow very well. So
yeah, you're more kind about the layout than I am. I've found for a new ship, that layout was just stupid. I mean, how they did the traffic in and out, you had these little cubby holes in between each one of the service stations. Sometimes it was you used your own hand. Sometimes they served you. It made no rhyme or reason for a ship that's like 5 years old. Why did you have that layout? I was really disappointed in the layout of the buffet.
We did kind of like the automatic hand washing station. So earlier we told you that we loved the dining room dinner and breakfast. But when we went to the dining room for brunch or lunch, we weren't just overall thrilled with the experience.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that too, because one, the dining room wasn't even open on embarkation day, which to me is a big plus, to have that open and kind of get out of that crowd when you first get on a ship. And then both lunches, or with lunch and the brunch, it was disappointing food. The food was not very good.
Yeah, and for lunch, it was a very limited menu. You pretty much had 2 entrees, and mine was cold.
So the next thing is the internet. And the internet on board, again, a new ship, was just absolutely terrible. We had to have it all packaged. The surf internet that comes along with the have it all package was just horrible. We kept losing the connection, not only to the outside through the firewall to the internet, but also just the connection to the ship itself. It made dial-up of the 1990s look high speed compared to what we were getting off there. I've done a lot of internet testing at sea because we travel so much and I have to have the internet to do the cruise vlogging. And so I've done speed tests north of the Arctic Circle. I've done speed tests in the Mediterranean. I've done them in the Caribbean, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And these were just terrible for this particular ship compared to what I get to other ships and other cruise lines. So it's not just that it was bad internet there. They need to fix something on board the ship because it kept losing connection all the time.
You know, the next thing is just a small thing. So On the Navigator app, there was no way that you could just chat with guest services.
Right.
So we saw that there was almost always a long line over at guest services, and that'd be a simple improvement that Holland America can make.
Yeah, the line to guest services was perpetually 15 or 20 people deep. It probably goes back to all the stupid paper they're doing. But it was just a long line all the time. And if you could resolve that through the app, like you can on Princess Cruise Lines, you can get through the app and I can talk to a guest service person on the app. Okay. So, Becky, after all that, the pros and the cons of it, what was your overall thought of the Holland America Cruise Line?
You know, I loved the overall experience and I would really rejoice having that again. However, for any cruise, I'm going to have to look at this point in time, am I going to have to be on the internet? So that is the big concern for me. I am excited though. We're going to do another Holland America cruise and we'll get to see what the speed of the internet is on this one. So I'll be able to know more after that cruise.
I feel the same way. I really enjoyed the cruise. I know we kind of beat them up on some of the negatives, but overall it was a great experience. I found the cruise line to be very good, high quality, and the dining room is really good food. So yes, I think I would definitely do it again. Yep.
We have been on over 30 cruises, so we have all sorts of topics on our playlist. We hope you've enjoyed this video.
If you liked the video, please give us a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. It really helps us out.
Until next time, have a cruising good time.